All right, welcome to $20 million referrals, helping you guys be the agent everybody loves to hire and refer in December. That's what we're focused on today. I'm Dave Veldkamp. Glad to have you here. Great to see all of you. We're going to go through a quick 20 minutes. You guys who've been on before all know the drill, so we go pretty quick. But again, happy to answer any questions at the end or pop into the chat too along the way. And we'll make sure to hit those as we go. So with that, let's go ahead and get started, and I'll monitor the chat along the way. So again, wanting you to be the agent everyone loves to hire and refer. We do that in a 3-step process, helping you be the go-to real estate industry expert using your real agent ABS. Number 2 is really what we focus on mostly in this meeting, and that's being in touch with your sphere, helping your sphere feel seen through consistent, valuable, and personal connections using the 20MR formula. And then third, but not least, making sure that our clients feel heard and understood using the trusted client guide approach. All of this is to help you create a predictable, enjoyable, and lucrative business. If you have questions about these 3 steps and want a more in-depth understanding of them, reach out to me. Happy to chat with you and go over each one of those in depth and help you execute those in your business. So with that, let's get into what we're talking about today. So we're going to go over our monthly reminders and pro tips for the month of December. We're always working a month ahead, so you have time to prepare. We're going to talk about your sphere closing ratio, your SCR, and see where you're currently at, and also give you some ways to help improve that. We're going to talk about your net profit goal, looking at next year. Obviously, we're getting close to that with this meeting being all about December, so a little bit of prep for you there for next year. And then evaluating, does your current sphere support that goal? We'll end with a quick agent success story. Always love to bring those along to give you a little more information, and then we'll point you in the direction of some more resources. If that sounds good, let's get going. All right, our December referral generation activities. Again, hard work turns dreams into reality. Consistency makes them last, and that's our goal here, to help you stay consistent. For December, if you go to 20-mr.com/December, you can download and have access to all of these resources. Some things to think about and focus on in December. So if you've had an event already in the 4th quarter, make sure you get those thank yous out. When it comes to your email or text messages, we highly recommend get those happy holidays messages out to your sphere. Start planning those now, scheduling them, write them out, whatever it might be. And when it comes to the mail and postcards, as always, we highly recommend making sure you have your birthday and home anniversary cards all ready to go. Hopefully you created those earlier in the year and you're just dropping them in the mail now like we recommend. But if not, you still have time to do that because we're a few weeks out. Also, if you don't have time to do that, we leverage our Bold Trail CRM where we can set people's birthdays, as long as we have that in there automatically, to receive text messages or emails on those days, so that we never forget birthdays or home anniversary cards. So a great way to go if your CRM can do that as well. And then holiday cards. Want to spend a little bit of time here focused on those, since we know a lot of agents do those already, but want to help you out with some tips specifically for your holiday cards. And this is based off of years of watching agents do this and helping agents get them out and touching their sphere this way. So 1, do not overthink the design. We have had so many agents who spend a very long time focused on what the card looks like exactly, and really that's not the overall point. The point is making the connection and showing your sphere that, hey, you are thinking about them. So select a design from a printer. Go to Vistaprint, go to Shutterfly, etc. You can grab ours and download it from the December resources. Really spend max 20 minutes to choose and place that order. Because in this instance, really just done is better than perfect. And you don't need to worry about having a photo of yourself or of your team or anything. You can, but again, that just adds to the time and the planning that you need to make this happen. So don't feel like you have to have that. This card is about the client or the person in your database. It's not about you. So don't worry so much about that. Pick a design, run with it, and get it out. Second, add a short handwritten note. And this can be super simple. Just at the bottom, just write something. Uh, if it's their first Christmas in the new house, write that. If they just had a new baby or something, indicate that in there. It can be really short, but that does help personalize it a little bit. So highly recommend something like that for those that it makes sense. Then this is a great opportunity to fill in your database gaps. So give your clients a call where you might be missing some piece of information about them, a birthday. Make sure you have updated email or phone number information. And all you need to say is, hey, I was prepping all my holiday cards to get sent out, and I realized that I was missing whatever it is. I don't have an updated email for you. I realized I didn't have your birthday in there. I want to make sure I know when your birthday is. And so this is a great excuse to make that touch point of a call and showing them that you care and think about it and use the holiday card as an excuse. All right. Let me know in the chat if you're going to send out holiday cards this year. Just write holiday card in there. Give me a yes, whatever it is. And if you're not, then I'd love to hear why you're not doing it. You can tell me that afterwards. All right, then when it comes to quarterly events, if you haven't come up with a fourth quarter event, chances are we're probably too late for that right now. So my suggestion is to focus on the first quarter and take a look at those resources on the website and start planning for that. You may still have time to get a gift out if you are someone who feels that that's a part of your strategy for your sphere, and some great ideas there. You can download those ideas from 20-mr.com/fourth quarter. That URL is down there below, and you still have some time to put those together, especially if they're things that are focused on the new year. All right, great. Lots of people. Bill's doing it. Brian's getting them out. Roxy's doing it too. So good. Hopefully some of those tips will help you guys make them a little bit more personable. And then as always, all of this material is coming from our 20MR, our $20 million referral framework. You can download this whole sheet here, plan out your whole year. And again, the goal is just like Seth Godin said, be remarkable, be worth connecting with so that you can continue to grow your sphere. So download it, fill it out, hang it up so that you have that reminder all the time. And for those of you who are using KV Core in our system or Bold Trail now, leverage those things that are already automated through it to make it that much easier for you. All right, let's talk about your SCR. So this is, I want to make sure I got everybody on board. There's a little bit of math heaviness to some of these things. So if everybody's up for it, just let me know in the chat that this sounds good, that you want to learn this. But I promise you it will help. And so we'll dive into it right now. All right, number one, I want you to write down how many people are in your current sphere of influence or your database. Get that number, the people that you are connecting with regularly, the people that know, like, and trust you, and have that number. Part B, how many transactions did you close from your sphere in the last 12 months? If you don't know this off the top of your head, that's totally fine. Give it an approximation at this point, but definitely go back and get that exact number. And this can be people who are in your sphere or database, or if you received a referral from your sphere, and that person is now in your database. But if you received a referral, that counts as a transaction that came from your sphere. Now, to calculate your SCR, what we're going to do is we're going to take your answer from question B, and we're going to divide that by your answer in question A. So in this example here, this agent had 21 deals that they closed from their sphere, and they have a database of 300 people that they stay in contact with regularly. So if you calculate that out, that gives them an SCR of about 7%. They're seeing a closing ratio of about 7% for, so basically what that's telling them is for every 100 people they have in their database, they're seeing about 7 deals come out of it. So if we take a look at that and compare it, we can see if you're getting about 8 to 9% out of your sphere, if that's what your SCR is, you are doing amazing. You're doing excellent. Keep doing what you're doing in terms of your connections with your sphere. If you're at 7%, you are right about at the average of what people are seeing. So if you're happy with that, that's good. Keep on doing what you're doing. If you would love to bump up to that excellent level, consider adding a few additional activities, referral generation activities from the list to what you're doing every year. And if you're below that, you are leaving money on the table. You are leaving some easy business out there. So you want to ramp up your activity. So if you go through this exercise, hopefully it'll give you a little bit of an idea of where you're at. Also, throughout the years, it'll help you understand, hey, how am I performing? Am I improving by following the $20 million referral program? Is my SCR improving year over year? That makes sense for everybody. If you let me know, feel free to just tell me if we got that clear. And if you have questions, we're happy to go over it. But I hope you all take the time to calculate your SCR. Now, remember your SCR because we are going to talk about that a little bit later, and you're going to need that number again. So, being that it's December and almost the next year, we want to start talking about your net profit goal for the following year. Lots of people, lots of agents create goals for sales volume. We want to make sure we're focused on, okay, what is that money that's coming into your pocket and that you're hitting your goals to achieve whatever it is that you want to do with that money. Again, that money is just a tool to help you achieve whatever your goals are in life. And so we want to help you get there. And so Stephen Covey, he says, begin with the end in mind. And that's what we're doing here. Where do you want to be? And Ziegler says, a goal properly set is halfway reached. And what he means by that is just going through the process of this is getting you that much closer to actually achieving it. So if you want to grab this sheet so you can do it on your own and print it out, you can use that QR code there, and that will give you this download. But I am going to walk you through the process really quick and give you an example. Let's go ahead and get started. So to reach your net profit goal, we want to start with first, what money do you want left over for some personal investments? And let's say you want to be able to invest $1,000 a month, so 12K throughout the course of an entire year. Then we also want to know, okay, what is it that you need to live off of? So what do you got to pay your bills, do all the things that you want to do? And so let's say that that's around 10K a month that you need after taxes. So that's the money that you need to live. So we add A and B together to get what our net profit goal is. And in this case, it's 132K. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. But now what we want to do is help you understand what is it that you really need to do in terms of sales volume in order to achieve that net profit goal. And that's section B. In this instance, the math gets a little bit more intense, but if you follow along, I think you won't have any problem with it. We want to next calculate our gross commission income. How much commission do we need to hit that net profit goal? And so in this instance, we know that our net profit goal is 132K. You can see it plugged in there in A. And all you're going to do is divide that by 0.75, and then take your answer and divide that by 0.75 again. Now, why do we do that? That's because we are calculating out money for reinvesting into our business and putting money aside for our taxes. Because when we're making money, we have to plan for that. And so that's what that calculation is doing for you. And that gives us an answer of, hey, if we want that type of money left over and we want money to invest in our business and we want to pay taxes, 235K is what we're going to need. So in order to reinvest 25% of that into our business, we're going to take that 235, multiply it by 0.25. And so you're going to be reinvesting about 59K back into your business. That includes everything like your brokerage fees, all the money you're putting into your listings, all the money you're putting into your marketing, the money you're pouring into your sphere, how are you prospecting, all of that. Now, we also want to know what do we got to have left over for taxes out of that. So again, we take that 235 in line C. We're going to times that by 0.75 and then multiply that answer by 0.25. And that's going to tell us, hey, in this instance, about 44K is what's going to go out to taxes. Now, what type of sales volume do we need to reach that 235K in gross commission income? Well, we're going to take that 235 and divide it by our compensation rate, whatever that might be, whatever you're charging for your compensation. In this instance, we averaged it out to be about 2.9%. And so that gives us about an $8 million sales volume that we need to hit. Now we need to know how many transactions to hit it. So we take 8 million divided by our average sale price. In our area, that's about 380. And so that tells us we're going to need 21 deals. And obviously we're going to have some listing sides and buy sides. You guys know how heavy you are on one or the other in terms of your business. Now, why is this important? Why did I walk you through all of this boring math? Well, there's a key thing involved. Do we know, since so many of you are referral based, do we know that our sphere at its current size can support our net profit goal? Is there enough deals out there? And so here's what's so important because it's going to tell you how to take action. So take that number of sales that you need, and we're going to divide that by your SCR to know the number of people you need in your sphere of influence to reach that goal. So for example, if you need to hit 21 sales in that example, and your SCR from earlier was just 6%, that means you need 350 people in your sphere in order to hit that goal. You can see if you just plain improve your SCR with your sphere, stay in better contact, earn more referrals from them, you can see that that number of people drops significantly here to almost 260, almost 100 people less. You got 90 people less in there. So it makes a big difference, the activities that you're doing. So this is super important because I want all of you to take a look at your database and say, hey, based off of what I want to do next year, do I have enough people in my database? And if I don't, what is your plan for meeting however many more people that you need to meet next year? And to help with this, as we're wrapping up, we're going to give you 2 different resources. Number one is the 10 ways that you can meet more people, get to know them in person. That's the first QR code there. And the second QR code is just about adding more people to your database. So in all of the different ways that you can do that. And number one that I just want to recommend is just checking to make sure that you're not missing people. And we have a great resource of our memory jogger questions that will help you ask the right questions to make sure you're not missing anybody in there. So grab those 2 resources. They will be huge for you if you need to add more people to your sphere of influence to hit your goal. All right, enough of the math. December, we always like to give what's the happening days that that are coming up next month. So if you want to pair certain themes with it, if you just want to plan ahead for social media, whatever it might be. So you got National Pie Day, Cookie Day, National Cupcake Day. Maybe that's the day you drop off some cupcakes at somebody's place of work so you can meet some more people. You got the Ugly Christmas Sweater Day, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve. There's always all sorts of different themes out there. There's way more national days than I could ever have imagined. And so if you go to nationaldaycalendar.com/December/December-days, you can see way more options out there, but give you some great ideas and reasons to connect with other people. And then real quick, because we're going just a couple minutes over, I want to give you an agent success story. We have an agent who is, I'll give you more information about it, but has executed extremely well with their sphere. This is their latest thing that they had going out, and it's super simple. And we've talked about these things in many of the previous meetings, but this is a event at a greenhouse that offers up all sorts of holiday decor around this time of year. And we've talked about discounts for all sorts of things or a plan just like this. And this agent is simply inviting their clients to come. He's going to have cider and donuts there and a few other refreshments and just going to be hanging out at a table saying hi to everybody. Super, super easy to put together. Not a lot of time invested in this. Used a templated card like we talked about for your holiday cards. And if the client brings this card along with them, he's going to put $25 towards their purchase. So he only has to pay for the ones that arrive, but gets the credit with all those people that he offered this up to. So super simple and easy to execute. Now, this agent's been doing things like this all year long, and this agent is up 44% on the year, which has resulted in an extra $105,000 in gross commission income compared to last year, which is incredible. And I'm sure all of you would love to have as well. I know I would. So that's our agent success story. Just want to show you that this stuff is working if you execute on it consistently. So with that, I'm going to leave you with the quote here. You know, the future depends on what you do today. So keep that in mind and make sure you take action on something today. And if you receive value, like we've always talked about from 20 million, all we do is that you ask you to share it with a friend, or just please keep our firm in mind. If you know any agents looking for something new or different, we want to be out there to support them and help them achieve their goals. So with that, we encourage you to go out there and be the agent that everybody loves to hire and refer in December. And remember that we love your agent referrals just like you love all of your client referrals.